we did a thing.
Well, truth be told, we did a couple of things.
We definitely did a couple of things. But before we get into what we did, let's talk a little bit about where have we been. So you guys have never met on this channel yet. Our Bella Poo, who's acting up really bad right now because she doesn't know what's going on with us filming, and she's breathing hot and heavy.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you can hear that.
Yeah,
All
rather
right.
annoying.
Go lay down. So where have we been? What have we been doing? Why haven't we posted a video in almost 2 years?
Good year and a half.
Yeah, it's been a hot minute.
Yeah.
Since we posted a video. So about this time, 2 years ago,
Yes.
we got bad blood work back for me, showing that my PSA numbers were elevated.
For those of you that don't know what PSA is, that's prostate.
Yeah, so we went in, did a biopsy, found that I had some prostate cancer going on. So had my prostate removed, then went for my routine colonoscopy and found out that, lucky me, had colon cancer as well. So we ended out 2023 with colon surgery, so 2 surgeries in 2023, and then 2024 was pretty much filled with chemotherapy and radiation treatments. So neither of which I did very well. So
He did not. It was rough. It was a rough go, and there were days it was all he could do to just stay awake, let alone try to put any semblance of a video or anything together.
yeah, I pretty much couldn't work. I was working 1 or 2 hours a week especially for the chemo. Like I got really sensitive to cold. I couldn't reach anything out of the fridge. I had to actually warm up my water before I could drink anything, which means I wasn't getting enough fluids and was going back for IVs and everything. But anyway, today we went and had scans done and blood work for the 6-month checkup, and there is no detectable cancer.
Cancer-free.
In the system. So we still have 1 more year to go before the doctors will consider us a patient with a history of cancer instead of a patient with cancer, but all the signs right now are looking like that it was caught early enough and all the treatments worked as designed. The doctors are thrilled to death with where we ended up after the treatment. So that being said, we're getting back to making videos and recording and starting to enjoy life. One thing that you will notice with this transition is that this last 2 years has brought the focus to us. It is extremely important to live life now. So if you go out to our YouTube channel, The Real Scotty K has been rebranded with the channel Live Life Now. It's going to be focused about the 2 of us and going on adventures, just having fun and living our lives in the moment and not saying we'll do that tomorrow. We're going to start doing things today.
Yeah, you don't realize until you've gone through something like this that tomorrow's not promised, and today is today, and if there's something that you want to do, you need to do it. Live.
But we're still going to be doing adventures. We're going to be traveling around the country. We're going to be camping. We're going to be doing camping in all different formats and doing different things and going on adventures. And we're going to do a lot of hiking because over this last 2 years with the stress, I could be the only patient in the history of cancer treatments that went through chemo and gained weight. Like, unbelievable. But the only thing I could basically eat was mozzarella sticks. So that's pretty much what I lived off from for 3.5 months, and not the greatest thing for you, I'll tell you. So a little bit nervous about getting the cholesterol blood work back, but we'll see how that goes.
We're still waiting for that to come back.
But anyway, let's get into the first thing that we did, which is why you came here to see what have we done. So let's hop over and start talking about some of that. So we ended up replacing the old F-150 with a little bit bigger truck. And there's a reason why we have that bigger truck. So we got ourselves a 3500 Dodge Ram, 1-ton diesel powered by the Cummins 6.7 engine. This thing is incredible. It's amazing. It's great on fuel mileage, but it is decked out with all the nines. Let me just go through and show you a few of the things. The steering wheel is just loaded with everything you could possibly need, all the hands-free gear and stuff and blah, 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 and radio switchers and volume controls. It's got basically an iPad here for the center console. Pretty snazzy. It's got a couple glove boxes. And then it's got that box, and then it's got the Kristen box. Snacks and all of our necessities when we're traveling. It's got a few auxiliary ports.
Auxiliary.
It's got a few auxiliary ports. And then up here, it's got your, I don't know if you guys can really see that, SOS. It's got, I can hit a button and drop my tailgate and call for people to help. And this thing's pretty decked out. The 2 best features. In the wintertime, It's got a heated steering wheel, and it's got heated seats. In the summertime, it's got air conditioning seats, which are a game changer. No more swamp ass when you're going places. Like, you turn that thing on and it gets you so cool that you feel like you wet yourself. Like, you got to look down and actually do a check to make sure that you didn't just randomly let go. So this is the truck, and then we're going to get on to talking about what else we've done.
So with our new mantra of live life now, we decided back last fall that, you know what, we're living in this big old house, we're empty nesters, our kids have moved out, starting their lives. What are we doing? Like, we don't need to be stagnant here in this big old house. So we decided to trade in that travel trailer that we bought for this.
That's right. It's a Brinkley bitch.
It's a Brinkley bitch.
All right, so looking at the outside of the new rig, very exciting. It is messy because we live in it. So, and we haven't quite figured out our organization yet. We're still trying to figure that out before we go on our big trip, but more about that later too. So we have the classic storage underneath here. So we got a little side step for the truck so that we can get in the back of it and get the fifth wheel hitch undone. We got our Blue Eddy power bank, some miscellaneous bike stuff, the battery banks back here, all of our solar stuff. It came with 370 watts of solar from the factory. So eventually we probably want to get more, but for right now, that's okay. Standard 30-pound propane tanks, one on each side, so we have 60 pounds of propane. Plenty for what we need. We'll talk more about our winter plans because this is where we're staying. So what we got figured out for that and where we're going to be. But we got a long summer to get through before we worry about the winter. Pass-through storage is a wreck. We had a little overflow the other day with the toilet valve not working correctly. It didn't close all the way. So we think the snap spring inside of it might be an issue. So we're going to be reaching out to Brinkley. Brinkley, if you're paying attention, we're going to be getting a hold of you because we got to get that fixed. So we had to take some stuff out and dry some stuff out, but no big deal. We were able to do it without a problem, but plenty of space back here. I mean, we probably have more storage in this pass-through than we had in the travel trailer. So it's a pretty big difference. But we got water ports on this side, which is awesome when we're at the beach, that we can come in here. We don't have to walk around to the other side. We can just spray off our feet, go in the trailer, cable hookup. We got our lights underneath the pass-through, stereo controls, and a plug with a USB and a USB-C outside, which is always handy. One of the best features are these steps, because one of the things I like about them is it's got a separate handrail that just folds in. So we don't have to worry about, with like the travel trailer, if some smart ass came by, they could close us in our travel trailer and then fat ass Scott would be crawling out an emergency door. Ain't nobody want to see that.
No doubt.
So this is really nice. Nice steps going up, easy for Bella to get in and out of our trailer. Nice big slide outs. So it's got opposing slides, but Kristen will show you that when we get inside. And then on the other side, so we got the other propane holder here, and then this little door opens up. And we can open up this side so we can get the rest of our pass-through over here. We got our water system, which is really cool to have. Brinkley has an amazing system here with their water hose. They have 65 foot of water hose on a retractable wheel that you can just pull out, hook in, slide back. This is our black tank flush. So when we get to a park, we just hook both of them up so we can turn it on, flush our black tank when needed. After last week, it got flushed good, let me tell you. We got another water port here. Electric dump valves, which is pretty cool to have. You know, one of the things, I don't know if you ever looked at a Brinkley or not, but it has a stinky slinky holder right here, which is awesome that you don't have to put it into a tote, slide it in your pass-through. So I love this feature of it, that we can just put the stinky slinky in there when we're done with it. 50 amp connection, obviously. One of the great features that we love about this setup is that it has auto leveling. So we pull into the site, unhook our truck from the rig, hit a button, and it pops it off, auto leveling. So far, we've had no issues with it. It's worked flawlessly. We actually can set this rig up a lot faster than we could set up the travel trailer. And then one of the things that we bought for the outside is we bought this tripod stabilizer. Hooks onto the fifth wheel hitch right here. We got this off e-trailer, and you notice it didn't come with the chain. So the box had been broken open during shipping, but we're not sponsored by e-trailer by any means. We're not big enough to be sponsored by anybody. But shout out to e-trailer, because we did messaging back and forth about the box being open in the chain, and I had already thrown away the box. And I just told the guy, I'm like, you know, it's not a big deal. I'll go to a hardware store, I'll buy a chain, we'll be all set. It's going to cost me 10 bucks, 15 bucks, no big deal. And the guy from eTrailer said, well, when you get your receipt, email me a copy of it and we'll reimburse you. So you see all these other YouTubers talk about eTrailer and their service and everything like that, and they get sponsored by eTrailer. But I can tell you that our experience with using eTrailer is they are that responsive. So that's I would definitely look them up for any products that you're going to buy. That's my plug for you, eTrailer. Enough about that. No more until you pay me. That being said, let's let Kristen take us on the inside, and we'll give you a little walk around and see Bella go crazy.
All right, so now that Scott has shown you the outside of the Brinkley, come on in. I'm going to give you a tour of what the inside looks like. So we ended up going with the Brinkley Model Z 3100. Just worked better for us space-wise. So when you first come in the door, we have this nice pantry, entryway kind of vibe going on. This is where all of our pantry stuff is, dog food, all of our snacks, everything that we need. Put up a little whiteboard here, which has worked out real nice for groceries. A lot of storage in here, under here, big storage up in here. This is where we keep Bella's stuff. And then as you move over here, we have a full-size Furrion refrigerator. This has probably single-handedly been the best thing from the move from the travel trailer to the fifth wheel. I'm gonna show you our messy refrigerator, but look at all this space. I mean, this is just absolutely amazing. Plenty of space for the beverage, because you know we have to have that.
It's very important.
Yes. Nice sized vegetable drawers, freezer drawers. I mean, everything that you could need.
And Bella looking for a snack.
Yep.
She loves the refrigerator.
She does. She loves her ice cream. Scott has spoiled her with that. And then over here, across from the refrigerator, is the dining area. So for lack of a better fancy industry term, I'm just calling this the Dynadesk. It can be used for dining or it can be used for work. And this is where Scott has his home office. This is where he does all of the YouTube magic. Under here, which you can't see, but it has storage for some wine glasses and some wine bottles. This table pulls out so that you can put 2 chairs on either side and have, you know, your family meals, which is really nice. And I like that it goes in and out because it gives you the ability to have more walking room when the table's not in use.
Yeah, and from my perspective, in the travel trailer, I always had to, I mean, I have to work remote when we're traveling. So I would set my stuff up on the dinette and then have to take it down every night, or we didn't have enough room in there because it was such a small space. And here it's nice that I just have a dedicated space that when we get somewhere, I can set up my printer, my big monitor, my laptop, and work, and then we can go out and do whatever we're going to do for an adventure and come back in. We still have space to eat without me tearing down everything. So very much a big thing for me.
The one thing that came with the Brinkley was an ottoman that you could either use for more seating over here in the dinette area or for over in front of the couch. We opted not to keep that in the Brinkley only because we don't need the extra seating. Bella is a big dog, so she gets in the way, and it would have just limited our floor space and made it not feel as big as it does. So then you move over here and we have these 2 comfy recliners where you just pull a little handle and they recline all the way back. On the inside, it has heated seating, which is amazing in the winter. It's got a USB port. When you're done with the heater, you just turn it off. There is wireless charging for your phone. So you can just take your phone and put it there and it'll charge. Oh, see? Like on cue. Then there's storage in here with more USB ports back here. And then above the seating, we have all kinds of storage all the way back. The other thing that's really been nice in the Brinkley is the amount of lighting. There is lighting. There's more lights in here than I think was in our house, I swear to God. Sometimes you're like at night, I don't even know what switch to use to shut the lights off. So then as you move over here, we have these 2 built-in end tables. There's storage down on the bottom, and then if you pull this up, there's all kinds of storage in here. You can see how messy
All my camera gear.
Scott is. And then back here is a outlet USB and USB-C port. This just pops down if you don't want that up. All the windows, that is one of the nice things in the Brinkley as well. Got some more lights here and here. We have all this for storage. Then as you move around, we have an electric fireplace, which has been really nice because in the winter,
Bella's bed.
yes, Bella's bed. In the winter with the electric fireplace, sometimes if you don't want to turn the furnace up, it's nice to have that because it just takes the chill off and it glows with some pretty colors and you get to pick and choose, you know, what your ambiance is going to be. There's nice storage underneath here, which you'll notice in the Brinkley, you really have to pull on these doors to get them open, which is really nice because nothing opens or moves, knock on wood, so far in transit. We haven't lost anything that's come flying out of any drawers. Then we have a smart TV. What's really nice about this is one of those televator TVs. So when you're ready for a travel day, you just put this down and your TV's secure. Now we use the back of it to hide our soda because there's not a lot of space in the Brinkley or in travel trailers in general. So you have to utilize your space. We've got a nice shelf here. We've got outlets. We've got satellite hookup cable things. Very technical there. And then over here, this is our doggy cam. This is our Bella cam, so that when we are not here during the day, if we want to spy on Bella and see what she's doing and make sure she's behaving herself, we have an app on our phone and we just click on it and we can see what Bella's doing throughout the day. And if she's being naughty, we can talk to her and tell her to stop what she's doing. So we keep our ice maker over here. We've got all kinds of storage. As you notice, I just pressed on that button. It's a propane 3-burner stove. We've got nice space here in the oven.
So we can cook a chicken in this oven,
Yeah.
where we could only cook a pigeon in a travel trailer oven. So that's kind of nice.
We've got some storage down here, which is really nice under the oven. We've got a lot of storage here. One of the nice things about the Brinkley is this pull out. You don't have to worry about your garbage cans or space to try to keep your garbage. It's right here. It's hidden away. Probably one of the best features. Travel days. Paper towel holder. Who's always trying to figure out what do we do with the paper towels so they don't go flying and we're not having to pick them up? Well, Brinkley thought of this really cool idea where you just put it in here, pop these closed, and bam, you're ready for travel day. Keep our coffee makers here. We've got more storage here, more storage over here. One of the nice...
Residential microwave.
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Residential microwave, full size. And then one of the things that we don't utilize over here because Bella needs to have her feeder up, but Brinkley thought of everything. Little doggy bowls. And then when you're ready for travel, you just pop these closed. Push that in, and you're ready to go. Let's go look at the bathroom and the bedroom next. All right, so you come up the stairs. We have a pretty much full-size bathroom in here. The shower has several different settings where you can do the rain shower head, these that jet out, and then there's a handheld. We've got some really nice storage. These cabinets are really deep. One of the things that we have in the Brinkley is a tankless water heater, and this is the controls for that. So pretty much hot water on demand, which is pretty cool. And then there's shelves all the way down. One of the other features is this magnetic toilet paper holder. So on travel days, you're just gonna go like that, and then your toilet paper doesn't run away on you. And then we've just got the regular storage. Nice little medicine cabinet here. Pretty cool faucet, little sink. So yeah, that's the bathroom. All right, and then here's the bedroom. As you come into the bedroom, you have the second control here for our second air conditioning unit that is in the Brinkley. So that's something that's really nice as well. There's one that can be controlled out in the living room, and then there's a second one for the bedroom. We have nice TV mounted over here. This beautiful window that lets in so much light. Our dresser, which pulls open for some secret storage.
That's where we keep Fred.
Yeah, sorry, trying to hide that.
If you see anything you like, I wouldn't advise breaking into the to the Scotty K RV.
And then this just slides back, and we've got all kinds of dressers here. We've got some storage here, which we haven't quite figured out what we're going to do with this yet. We've just kind of thrown stuff in here. I'd like to pretty this up and make it look girly.
Sorry about the noise. Somebody's weeding outside right now.
Yeah, so normally we keep our hamper here, but we're not liking the hamper situation too much, so we removed it for right now. We're got to figure something else out. This is supposed to be actually the washer and dryer. This unit is plumbed for having a washer and dryer, but right now that's not something that we're interested in. Units are very expensive, so what we're using it for right now is Scott's closet. So he's got all of his manly things in here.
Take note of the size of this one just for a moment.
And then over here is the primary closet, which is actually a walk-in closet. I know it's going to be really hard to see because there's a lot of shit in here, okay? I'm not going to lie. But back here, it goes all the way back there. So I have all this storage. I keep most of my things in buckets, and there's a big, nice big shoe rack back there. And then on this side, the other thing that Brinkley did really well was put in an access point so that you could put in a cordless vacuum. And the cordless vacuum with the dog in the small space has been a lifesaver. So it's nice that we get to keep that back there tucked away and nobody sees it. I do have to remember to shut the light off. And then we have a king size bed. It's actually an RV king, so it's not a full king, but I think it's off by like maybe 4 inches. So over here we both have a light on either side, and then up over there in the corner on each side we have USB chargers. We have the ability to look out and open our curtains. So yeah, this is the bed, and then I can't show you right now because we have Big Bella on the bed, but underneath the bed is quite a bit of storage that we're able to access. And then again, Scotty has his shelves full of his manly things that maybe someday we'll organize. He did have to build a shelf over here because he uses a CPAP machine. So he built that little shelf and keeps his CPAP right there for night use.
So we hope that you enjoyed our surprises on what we've done recently, and will continue to follow us on this journey, knowing that we're back and we're going to start posting videos regularly. Easy for me to say.
Yeah. And he hasn't even had his beverage yet.
So I'm going to crack a beverage. It's been about 5 days of cold and rainy weather here in the Kansas City area. So it's almost 80 degrees out there today. So we're going to grab our chairs, I think, sit outside, enjoy this nice weather before, inevitably, in Kansas City, we're only in April, we're getting snow. Yeah. So it's coming. So cheers. Thank you for watching this video. We look forward to our travels with you. And never forget,
live life now.
Live life now. If this is the only day we get, no rewind, no second guess.